I'm in Pensacola and I have a chance to talk with StrikeLines, who makes charts about fishing grids out in the Gulf.
My name is Travis Griggs. I own a company called StrikeLines Charts in Pensacola, and we make fishing charts for fishermen.
Okay. And you sell both commercial and recreational, or basically any customer can come?
Anybody that likes to fish. Most of our customers are recreational guys, though. People that have a boat, gas, but they don't know where to catch fish.
Okay, not so much the charter captains, but the people that have a good rig and they want to be the winners at the tournament.
Yeah. Well, so if you're a charter captain, if you're out there every day fishing, you're going to find your own spots. Eventually you'll develop plenty of places to fish. The only time I have charter captains is customers is like when they're just getting started, trying to get established.
Okay.
They need a bunch of spots, but then after that they're good to go. But it's the weekend warriors, they get out there a couple times a year that don't have the time to go find their own spots. Because if you drive around enough out there, you'll find them. You'll just drive over stuff, but it just takes years to do it. So we just accelerate that process for them. For the longest time, guys, all the stuff they can buy, they can buy the fishing tackle, they can buy the boat and the bait, and the gas, but they didn't know, they couldn't buy where to go actually catch fish. That last kind of step process. So here, especially in this part of the country, there's it's like a big sandy desert out there. There's not much on the bottom in the way of natural habitat. So people have been dropping artificial reefs, like small, just modular artificial reefs. They're about the size of a dumpster, probably on average, made out of metal.
Yeah, I've heard that Florida has a process where you can actually environmentally scrub an old boat and sink it.
Yep, you can do that. There's materials requirements, like the metal has to be a certain thickness. They don't want you to sink fiberglass, I don't think. So there's always kind of rules, but I found, and they've been doing it since the 60s, and I found more than 9,000 reefs out there so far. They're everywhere. There's at least a couple of them per square mile from here all the way to Panama City. And so that's where I got started, was going out with the side scan and finding those things and then selling the coordinates to people who needed to know where to catch fish. So that was like the kind of genesis of it all. And then from there we branched out, started doing more stuff. But at the heart of it, that's still really ours, the SONAR company out there finding treasure. Yeah. And this is like some of the stuff we scanned so far. Let's see it. This is not all of it, but there's Pensacola here. This is all of our side scan surveys. This is what they look like. It's
Now this is the buoy, or
this is what the actual raw side scan sonar data looks like. So it takes imagery of the bottom. So like the thing tows behind the boat, and it can see out either side about a quarter mile per side. And so you see right there, there's like some rocks. We were able to see it casts kind of a shadow behind them. So that's another rock, another rock, another rock. And
interesting.
If you can find these right here, these white things are pipelines, oil pipelines going from, there's a rig right there, oil rig, and some more rocks.
Oh, so this is almost like also an example of where not to drop anchor.
Could be, yeah. Most people want to fish along these structures, though, so that's all we're about. That's a ledge right there. And you also tell the bottom composition, like this is the lighter areas are harder bottom, and this, darker areas are softer bottom. This is like a mud, and this is probably like a packed shells or rock. So you can pick up quite a bit of detail about the bottom, and what we're really looking for, though, is I told you about those little artificial reefs. They look like, look, just to load up here. Look, there's one right there. There you go. That right there would be one. This is going to be one. This is like a little cluster of 3 really small ones right there. And so they're small, but we have just enough resolution to be able to resolve them. That's a bigger one right there.
And so something that was sunk or dropped, and then it's actually then grown coral on it year after year?
The fish come to it immediately, yeah. There's not that much coral on them, but they do attract like small fish and then bigger fish and bigger fish. It's like a whole ecosystem on these things. Right there. There it is. Just a big, like 8 foot by 8 foot cubic just crate, basically. It's made out of metal with metal shelves in it. It just attracts so many fish. And these things, I don't know if I'm gonna get this fish or not. Nope. I mean, this would be like an area that someone said, just go, I'll find a better example here. But any one of these little blocked areas, someone says, hey, go scan that for me, find all the spots there, and then give me the spots. This is one. And so people hire me to go do, it's called charter surveys, but I'll go out there and scan an area for them and then give them all the spots that are in it.
Like you actually go review and actually like to write down the coordinates of each reef inside of that scan?
Yep, I do. Yeah, because artificial reefs are what people really wanted. So we marked all those up, and this is all the spots we found on one guy's survey right there. Every one of these is going to be a chicken coop or something. And we've also got this 3D stuff. Where can I show you that? 3D is like the shade relief, DEM bottom imagery, multicolor, really typically pretty stuff. But this type of sonar data actually shows you the shape of the bottom. Our side scan shows you any relief, hard bottom, soft bottom areas. But this is it's done with multi-beam, and you can actually see like the shape of the bottom, like if you did it with LiDAR or something like that. This is just an area with flatter bottom area over here, and then this is where some rock piles or something were. And so this is all kinds of stuff that you want to fish. This is a natural bottom. This is an artificial. But this is the multi-beam stuff, and we have this for the whole country. And then the side scan stuff is just for the Gulf. Anything that has relief on the bottom is going to hold fish. Fish they're not just out there swimming around. They have to have some type of structure to attract them. So that's what we're finding mostly. So this is our sonar. It's about 75, it's 115 pounds. Turn this off. It's 115 pounds. And we tow it about 100 to 300 feet behind the boat, and it gets down real deep. The entire sides of it here are transducers. So this whole face right here is the transducer. And the longer it is, the more angular resolution you can get. So this is good to like 1 degree of resolution, and it's out to about a quarter mile per side. So it's 100 kilohertz, about a quarter mile per side. So each one of our swaths is a half mile wide. So
wow, okay.
So every 2 miles forward that we go, we've got 2 square miles of bottom data that we collected. And this is a nice one. It's super heavy though. It's really difficult to work.
Can you share how fast you can tow it?
About 7 miles an hour, generally. If we go faster than that, start running into problems with the cable strumming and vibrations and stuff. And also, it comes up too high off the bottom. So we've got to keep it's a balancing act of how fast we can go with keeping it as deep as possible.
So really, you're at sailboat speed. You're thinking 5 or 6 knots then.
Yeah, we just put it in gear. That's it. No throttle. Just put it in gear and cruise. And autopilot drives the boat on the grid out there, back and forth. And I think that's the nicest sonar that they make now. There was another company that was making them, and they kind of got bought by a competitor and stopped making the products I needed.
Oh.
So EdgeTech is one of the last really good low frequency sonars in the game.
And what does low frequency, I guess, particularly do when you say low frequency?
The lower the frequency, the longer the range you can get out of it. The lower frequency puts more energy in the water, like louder echoes, and it's not as attenuated as the higher frequency. So like you can have low frequency and long range, and also kind of lower resolution, or you can have a really high frequency that's a really high resolution, but short range. It's like this one has a 1200 kilohertz feature on it too, and at 1200 kilohertz I get like 50 yards per side of range.
So you'd end up burning lots and lots of diesel just going constantly back and forth.
It's not economical.
But
if we're doing search and rescue or something like that, trying to find like a really small target up close where we kind of know where we're looking, it's nice to have the high resolution too. But as long as I can get one ping on it, I can see it out there, get really bright return. So so the lower frequency we need to cover some ground. So the faster we can get it done, the more money we can make, and the cheaper it is for our customers. Before that, I had one that got destroyed by a mako shark. Hit it. It was like mako shark came up from underneath and smashed it while we were scanning, and it bit into the transducers and crunched them, and the water got into him and it died like almost immediately after that. He bit it hard enough to bend the metal case, and there's a bunch of teeth inside the transducer like a rubber. And I pulled them out, and it broke the shear pin. They have shear pins in them, so they like it gets hung, it'll pop. It broke the shear pin. I can't imagine how hard he hit it, but yeah, I sent the teeth off to FWC, and the biologist told me that they were mako shark teeth because of the serrations in them. He could tell. So
wow, so this thing just took it like a giant lure in the water.
Yeah, a 6 foot long torpedo cruising at 7 miles an hour, and he hit it. Yeah, like it was a seal or something. Yeah, I was amazed how hard he hit that thing. But yeah, I killed it. They're pretty well armored. This is just an electric winch. It's got waterproof wet link connectors, which are always kind of a pain to deal with, but they're nice. And then hang it from that thimble.
Okay.
And we've got a slip ring, so it can rotate around and not lose electric connection. It's like a mercury slip ring.
I
had to learn how to make these things too. It's wound on there.
Wow. Okay. So you pay it out behind you, and
it goes through this and then off the back. Once it's in the water, I'm towing it. The cable goes way behind the boat. And I put that little roller down there just for the last little bit to get it off and on without tearing up the deck too bad. These guys are both navigation, and this is just a Windows PC, a daylight readable monitor we use for the sonar stuff. So that's just a Windows sonar computer, and that's the boat's sonar, the boat's navigation, radar. everything like that.
Okay.
Autopilot. So
Now, are you running your own charts here, or are you actually running something, just a navigation for the safety on those?
there's like a built-in navigational chart that comes with SIMRAD that I usually use for that. And we're not in the navigational chart business.
Especially when you're getting in and out of markers and stuff?
Yeah.
Okay.
But, we know our way around here really well. But it's nice to have to get in and out of the base. Our stuff overlays on the navigational background. So I've got the shaded relief or the fishing spots we sell are just like waypoints on the map, for one thing. So someone gets a survey done, I'll give them whatever their 100 spots are. They can import them. They show up as labeled pinpoints. And then the 3D bottom data is overlays. So you can turn off and on the overlay, and the navigational markers and stuff will show through it, but it just overlays the background, the sea color, so you can see both at the same time. Send it down. It's good to about 300 feet. And you can drive it from the surface. Just run it straight down to the bottom. It's got a camera on it. It's got 360 sonar, and we control it like with a little handheld, like almost like a video game controller.
So you say it's 360, so it's looking up, down, sideways.
So this sonar, it rotates around inside, so it looks out every direction. It doesn't look up or down. But it's good for like if you get to the bottom and you didn't drop, you know the structure there, you're trying to find it, but you get down there, there's no visibility, you can't really see which direction it is. You can see the reflections from that and know which direction to go anyway. And so you can see fish on it. There's a bunch of fish over here. You can see them and go driving towards them. And it's just it gives you a little bit better situational awareness because the visibility is not always great. 40 feet of visibility is more than we usually get. That's what you control with this thing. It's just it's got a little game controller on it. It's just a computer, a little Windows computer. It's pretty slick.
You got up, okay, and then you got angled thrusters underneath to give you forward, back, and rotate.
Yeah, so they call it six DOF, tip the field, I guess, but
6 degrees of freedom.
Degrees of freedom. There you go. But so it can do this rotation. It can do this rotation and this way, and then up and down, forward and backwards. So it can do all of them. It really is kind of like a video game. You're slewing around. You can slide left and right and up and down things around. It's pretty cool. It's a good little drone. I really like it.
That is neat.
We're only really limited by the length of the cable.
Okay, so it's got on tether at all times.
Yeah, it has to be. Because no radio waves will get through the water, so it has to be tethered.
Okay.
It's got it runs off battery. It's not powered from the surface. It's got a battery in it, and it gives us about an hour or so. And I have 2 batteries. It takes about an hour to charge them too. So I have 2 batteries. So we swap them out throughout the day. We might do 30 or 40 dives a day when we're out there working with it.
Oh wow. Okay. How far away from the boat can you get it?
As long as that cable is.
Okay.
That's what I've got.
That's it. All right.
And you can't get any longer with copper cables. If you want to go longer, you have to be fiber optic, or else it's just too much signal degradation.
Okay.
And fiber optics is a whole other can of worms. You got Starlink on yours?
I do have Starlink.
That's
I got the little mobile unit.
Yeah, that's the best thing that's come along in a long time. When I started this business, I was just dying for any type of connectivity offshore, and the only one out there was like, $20,000 a month or something. It's ridiculous. And then Starlink came along, especially early on when it was like our roam plan or the RV plan you could get in these offshore. It's like $150 a month for unlimited internet. It just blew my mind. So as it gets more expensive now, I keep trying to tell myself that you're begging for this, 10 years ago.
Yeah.
So I just gonna live with it.
The technology has just flipped the game. Like when I was about to go off sailing, everybody was telling me, "Oh, you're going to get yourself killed. You can't figure this out. You got too much to think about. You're going to have to learn how to use a sextant. You're going to have to learn how to navigate in the sea. You're going to have to learn how to read the winds, and you have to learn how to read clouds and make your own weather predictions." And I'm like, with Windy and Predict Wind and GPS, it's like, I know where I am anywhere in the world, and I can pull up weather from anywhere in the world, of anywhere that's in the world, in real time.
Yeah, it's huge. For safety, it's huge. Just for, all the things you just said, like safety. That's funny you mentioned that, but like all that stuff is just not really that big of a. Well, even if it is.
Have you been in boating long enough to know people using sextants offshore?
No, I don't know anybody who owns one. GPS is just. I can't. A sextant gets you within like a degree of latitude, I think, or something. It's not that super accurate, even at its best. And our stuff is like accurate within 10 feet or something like that. That's the degree of precision we need. So a sextant's not going to do it for us. That's one I just got done out of nylon, but it's like a PLA one.
Okay.
I have this. It's like no infill in it. It's super heavy, but it's really nice finish on it. We're using it to make a mold for make these little boxes, little Android boxes, and to make them waterproof, we just like pop the whole circuit board into epoxy.
Okay.
Like, so they use the model to make that mold, you know, and then the
Out of silicone?
board goes in, and the board goes in
okay.
there. All the wires go through. You know, this one's actually pretty used. That one's brand new. So the wires will go through there, and you set the board in, and then fill it all the way up with epoxy.
Oh, that's neat.
It's taking a little bit of fine tuning to get it to work. Yeah, it's the only way I can think of to make just a printed circuit board totally waterproof. You know, because the connectors are just so difficult to waterproof otherwise.
Yeah. The whole conformal coating is a whole art in itself.
Yeah.
And especially when you're trying to work with yours. You're on like fishing rigs, so yours is actually exposed cockpit, so it's rain, sea spray, ocean spray.
Actually, it's the inshore guys that are the most concerned about it, because I guess they'll mount the thing up in the bow of the boat somewhere, because it's kind of a little bit more exposed. For the big boats, we just put them on under the helm or cockpit or something, so they don't really get that much water on them. Like we don't really have a subscription to anything right now. We sell products to for forever, but